Door in the face is a technique used by people to persuade other people to agree to their requests. In the book Influence: The Psychology of Persuasion, the author Robert Cialdini also calls this technique as rejection-then-retreat technique. In this method, the persuader makes a larger initial request from you than what he expects to get. So, you are likely to turn down his offer. Then, the persuader makes a smaller request compared to the first one. The second request is what he originally expected from you. Since the second request is smaller, you tend to compromise and agree. So, the persuader gets what he wants by deceiving you with initial larger request. Let's say someone wants to borrow your car for one day. So, he comes and asks you whether he can borrow the car for a week due to an issue with his own car. You are unlikely to agree to this request, as you will also need the car for your work in that week. Then, he asks whether he can borrow the car only for tomorrow. He has got some urgent work, and don't have enough time to find a car from elsewhere. In this situation, you are likely to agree, as one day is a lot smaller compared to 7 days. Saying no to such request may impact the good faith you have with that person. So, by using a larger request first, he gets what he wanted to get more often than not. So, it's important to be conscious about the possibility of this technique when someone is asking something from you. In some occasions, you may not want to agree even to the second request. The best way to avoid being persuaded is to give proper response to the first question. If you feel like a second request will come, you should avoid the second request by using the response to first question. In this case, you can respond to second question by saying, "I am sorry. I have very busy work schedule in next 2 weeks. So, I will need my car." This prevents the person from asking the smaller request. Also, if you can't make an immediate decision, you can let him know that you will check and get back. Here we looked at how not to fall into the door in the face technique. According to the author of this book, it's important that first request is reasonable, and the second request is considerably smaller compared to the first. If the first request is extremely unrealistic, or the second request has minor difference to first request, you are unlikely to fall into it. Read Influence: The Psychology of Persuasion book, to find more ways we can get persuaded by other people, and what to do about them. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and like this video, to watch more videos related to personal development related topics.